everybody, Crystal Beaudry here with Crystal's Clean Kitchen, where we help make clean eating a lifestyle. So we are doing a short series right now that is all focusing on appetizers that we can do for a Super Bowl party or for any type of game night. And they're all low carb friendly, and they all have really great high quality ingredients in them. So I am making a playlist on my channel that is all for appetizers because we have so many of them by now. Well, in today's episode, we're making a Chipotle Copycat guac recipe. Now, we all love the guac at Chipotle. It just tastes so good. So I will be making that, and then I'll also be showing a little quicker version if you don't have quite all of those ingredients. Because I have been making guac at my house probably 3 times a week. I use 4 to 5 avocados each time that I make it, and our family loves it. Now, one of the reasons why I started making guac more often at home was because it's so packed with so many healthy fats, and I've been having a hard time getting in those healthy fats and making sure that I'm doing that every single day. Guac is a super great and easy way around that. And if you don't know some of the other health benefits for avocados, did you know that they say that it can help you with depression? It can help prevent diabetes, and it has more potassium in it than bananas. I thought that was crazy. I've always heard, oh, bananas have so much potassium, which they do, but avocados have even more, which is so awesome. Now, if you don't know what potassium does for you, it helps with your muscle contractions, it helps balance your fluids, and it also helps you absorb more vitamins that are in other parts of your food, which is so cool. So make sure that you make this guac because you are not going to want to miss this recipe. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, hit that like button and let's check it out. All right, so here's all of our ingredients that we are going to be using. We are going to be starting with some avocados. Now you want to make sure that they are ripe, which means that they're soft, but they're not too soft. And of course that they're not too hard either. Then if you are wanting it spicy, you can add 1/2 of a jalapeno. We are going to be adding the seeds as well. But if you don't like spice, that's totally fine. Just leave that out and that will not be a problem. We're going to do 1/4 of a cup of some fresh cilantro cut up and 3 cloves of garlic, 1/2 teaspoon of some salt, and 1/2 of a medium red onion. We're also going to be doing 2 tablespoons of some fresh lime juice. All right, we're going to start by chopping up our garlic. Actually, I'm not going to be chopping it. I'm just taking off the outside layer, which how I do that is I just smash it and then I pull off all the skins. Did you see how easy that was? Now I'm only doing 2 cloves of garlic because I grabbed the really big pieces, and so I thought that might be a little overpowering if I did more than that. All right, so I'm not going to be chopping it a ton because we're putting it in our Ninja Chopper. So I'm just going to do light chop. Now if you are wanting to eat this as more of a chunky guac, then you will cut it as fine as you are wanting it. But since I'm going to be doing it in my Ninja Chopper, I'm not going to be cutting it crazy fine. And then we're going to make tacos later, so that will be really good on our tacos. I actually made guac last night, and my husband was like, oh, you should put jalapeños in it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I just didn't think with my kids that everybody would like it. I'm going to be squeezing my limes into the glass just so I can measure out how much liquid I'm getting. When I was making this yesterday, we actually eat guac quite a lot because it's such a great source of fats, and we don't get a ton of fat in our diet besides, you know, meat and stuff like that. I don't tend to eat nuts all the time, which I probably should eat more of. So avocado is just such a perfect way for our family to get more fat in their diet. So when I do this, now I make this my version a little bit differently, but I thought, well, maybe I should do the actual Chipotle version for my video. But when I'm doing this, I don't put red onion in and I don't put in cilantro. I generally will just do some garlic, some limes, and some seasonings, and sometimes just a little piece of yellow or golden onion. And then I don't measure the lime, I just put in 2 limes. So we have all of the stuff prepped and ready to go. I'm gonna grab my Ninja Chopper. I'm gonna be cutting our avocados. Now, I was on TikTok and I used to do my avocados totally differently, but this is one of the ways that they showed me to do it on TikTok, and I was like, that's way easy. So of course I make sure that there's no yucky spots in it before I do that. And then for the seed, just pops right out. I might try to get more off of the seed, but oh my goodness, doesn't that make that so easy? I used to take a spoon, try to get it all out. It does get your hands a little bit messy, but that's okay. All right, then I'm going to be putting in some of this. Now I'm going to just do small amounts and then taste it before I put everything in all at once. I'll do a little salt, and I'll do one more avocado, and then I'll make more after that. Now I personally love to do it in the Ninja Chopper. Like I said, we've been making this a ton. I make this at least maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I use 5 avocados, and like I said, I just do lime, I do seasonings, and then I do, let's see, what else? Limes, seasonings. Sometimes I'll put a little onion in it, but not always. And it tastes wonderful, just like that too. So if you don't have all the ingredients, that's totally fine. You know how sometimes you're cooking and you're like, oh shoot, I don't have the cilantro. I guess I can't make it. No, you totally can. Don't even worry about it. Okay, I'm going to put in some of the lime. As you can see, I hate measuring things. Started the blending process, and now that I've done that, I'm going to add in my other 2 avocados. Now I did a little taste test and I discovered that it needs some more lime juice still. So I'm going to add a little bit more lime. And that's the biggest thing about making your own guac. A lot of times you have to just test it, see what you think. I would start with less onion if I was you, and then blend it up, taste it, and see what you think before you add in the rest, because you don't want it overpowering the onion, in my opinion. Oh my goodness, you guys, isn't my way of getting the avocado out of its shell so easy? Now, like I said, I cook guac for my family. Well, I guess you don't cook it. I make this guac for my family all the time. Everybody loves it. And we love to eat it with siete chips, which is a grain-free chip. I'll show you what they look like at the end. Okay, so I like to blend this a lot. I blended it for at least 2 minutes. I'm gonna do a little taste test. It's good. Needs a little bit more salt. And then I am going to add just a little bit more lime, just because I love lime. Seriously, I love the taste of it. So I'll add a little bit more of that. And then I'm going to also add the rest of the jalapeno, just because my husband likes it spicy. And we are teaching our kids to like spicy too, which is so funny. All right, I'm going to blend this one more time and then it will be all done. Like I said, if you are wanting this thicker and more chunky, then all you have to do is just kind of mash it by hand. That will work also. But there is still some little flecks of the red onion in it, which makes it look really beautiful too. I encourage you to try it the original way, but then also try it the way that I make it too, like the quicker way, because both of them are excellent and you are going to love it. Even if you just have to make it really quick and you only add in the ingredients that I usually do. All right, here it is. Now it turned out amazing and it wasn't that difficult to do. This is just such a great snack idea for you guys. Okay, here's the chips that I told you about. Now this brand is called Siete. It is a great story of a family company that started, and I'm so thankful that they decided to make a grain-free option, because there's not a whole lot of grain-free options out there. But they sell them everywhere. They sell them at Target, Cub, Whole Foods. I'm sure they probably sell them on Amazon too. I would assume they did. Okay, well, let's give it a taste test. Oh, yum. It's so good. You guys, this is such a great snack idea. I can't get over it. Thank you so much for watching. Now, don't forget, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And stay tuned for some more great recipes. We'll see you next time.